Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a full face of Best of Beauty for 2021. These were all products that were released in 2021 that I've been loving, that are go-tos for me. I don't necessarily always talk about them though, so I wanted to share those with you as I get ready for my day. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and hit like before you leave. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. Today, what I did is I went very intuitively and I went straight to the products that I know have been an absolute favorite and staple for me. I didn't think about it too much. I did lay out all of the new makeup that I got for the year, and then I just kind of went with my gut because instinctively I know what I like. So let's go ahead, and the very first product actually I did try for the first time in 2021, but it's not a new product, but I want to share anyway because it's a staple now. It's the Bobbi Brown face base. The reason why I thought that I should mention it is because I do have combination oily skin, and that is the reason why I stayed away from this product for so long. I'm interested to try it midway through the year because I am in a humid climate during the summer. I'm in Texas. But right now, during the winter, as the weather got a little bit drier, maybe not as cold, we're in Dallas, but it's been a total lifesaver for me because my skin did get a little bit drier in the perimeter here. So anyway, I really like this face base. If you have oily skin, don't be afraid to try it. I think it's still a really nice tacky base for your makeup. I did want to mention that the way that I have found this to work is I will do all of my skincare in the morning, and then I do my sunscreen right after my skincare. The only step that I leave out of my skincare routine when I use this face base is the moisturizer. So I'll do my serums, my vitamin C, my eye cream, and then my sunscreen. I leave out the moisturizer because I use this as my moisturizer. Sometimes I'll do my skincare in the morning, and it'll be a couple hours before I actually do my makeup. And so this is the perfect prep step because your skin is hydrated again and sticky, so that when you go in with your foundation, it's ready. Okay, next, I don't usually do my brows on camera just because they take a little bit, but because we're talking about the best of 2021 and my current brow routine includes all 2021 released products, I wanted to talk about it. So when I get started with my brows, I sort of have a process, and I do have a video that I can link if you'd like. Products have changed, but the process is still the same. I start with my pencil, and the one that I'm loving is this Gucci Stilo waterproof pencil. I'm in the shade Brun, just brown, and I really like it. It gives me that micro-sized tip that you see there. So I usually will go in with this pencil first. I have tried the Tom Ford pencil this year. I've tried the Chanel, the Dior, and as well as the NYX. And I can tell you that this is my favorite of them all. I don't know what it is. I just feel like it's not too waxy, not too stiff, but then not too soft. It lasts all day, but I mean, to be honest, I do have other products in there, but I just love the color. I love how easy it glides on, and I think it works perfectly. I will also tell you that it has a similar tip to the one from Tom Ford. You see that shape, but it's very micro and very fine. Tom Ford pencil that I used to use was one of those thicker Brow Wiz pencils, and so this one is just the perfect shape and the perfect size, and I love it. Do you see how easy it was to get my brow there? What I'll do is I'll just fill it in. I'm not too concerned with being absolutely perfect because lately I have been carving out my brows, but I really like it. Okay, the brows are done. I did fill them both in. Like I said, I'll link my brow routine, but I did use the Makeup Revolution soap brow. So I usually do that. There's one more step to my brows, but I'll do that at the end of my makeup routine. That's just the way that I normally apply it. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. I have been doing my eyes lately, which means that we're going to talk about the best palette of 2021, in my opinion. And I think it's very timely because we just had a major release yesterday. But anyway, I am talking about Blend Bunny Surge palette. This in my opinion, after I looked at all of the palettes that I purchased for the year, is the best palette of 2021. I can't hold it all the way up because I did break one of my shades, which I'm so sad about. If somebody knows how to repress this, I guess I can look up a video, but I just haven't. But I broke this one here, Chills, which is like a light gray matte. But this is the absolute best color story, best formulas, in my opinion, of the mattes for sure. The shimmers are great. Of course, we had a lot of good shimmer this year, but I'm going to place a picture up here so you can see the color story. It's absolutely beautiful. I was actually just talking to some of my friends, and we were talking about how they incorporated these neons here, which is probably the reason that I didn't initially buy it. But I've used the neons quite a bit, actually. I will actually use them as my first blending shade, and it just makes the eye look pop. I can't explain it. It's the most beautiful, most genius color story, in my opinion. So yay, Blends Bunny. So let's go ahead and put a look together. Now, they're having a major release today or tomorrow, and that is for their Dollhouse palette. It's going to be like their version of their neutral palette. Initially, I was a little, I don't know, like less than impressed, but that's only because I don't gravitate towards neutrals normally. Lately, because of my current situation, I have been going to go-to palettes that have more neutral tones. If you don't know, current situation is my husband is actually in the ICU with COVID. I talked a lot about this in my previous video that I can link if you'd like. But I'm on the go very, very much so. And so I have been gravitating towards neutrals. But in general, for 2021, this is the palette. Now, like I said, I didn't initially buy it, and one of my friends here on YouTube, she's like, you know what? You need to stop thinking about it. You need to just go ahead and buy it. I'm telling you, go ahead and buy it, and she was right, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with this hot pink here, actually, and just trust me, it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. We know from the Blends Bunnies, the first one that they released, just how amazing their mattes blend, you guys. Like, if you haven't tried them, I'm telling you, I don't believe there's a better matte out there right now. I mean, I'm gonna say it. I know that we love Natasha Denona and her mattes are amazing. I believe Pat McGrath's mattes are amazing, but in my opinion, I don't think there's a better matte formula out right now. We're going to take this green matte. I'll put the shade up so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I guess that's what I also like about this palette. Like, it's kind of pushed me to think of how and which colors I blend. And that's where I'm just absolutely loving these neon colors, because I would have never placed a pink neon prior to a green. Like, that makes no sense in my head, but it just works. It's really, really nice, and the neon will just slightly peek through at the end of this look, and it's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, see how easily that blends. Oh my god, so pretty. Now I'm taking this grungy green. It's very swampy green, and I'm just further deepening this outer corner here, going back in with the brush that I picked up the first green with, just no extra product, just blending. Then I'm going to take just a little tiny bit of my hot pink again, my neon pink, on my BK Beauty 201, and just kind of lightly going over the top of this. Trust people, it's going to look beautiful. You can already kind of see it peeked in there. Let me bring you in a little closer. Okay, sorry, that was dumb. I should have brought you in closer earlier, but this is what we're doing so far. I think it looks great. And then aside from the neon pink, I think I'm going to continue to keep this as a green look. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my finger into the green shimmer, shade Limitless. You know, a nice green shimmer. Nothing too crazy, but it is beautiful. It lasts all day, doesn't crease. It's gorgeous. I'm going to take the swampy green one more time. kind of set everything into place, and then we are done. There we go. I know it seems crazy to have this like pink, neon pink in there, but do you see that little peekaboo action of this like neon pink? It doesn't look neon, but it adds something extra, something special to the look. And that's why I love using these neon colors as my first transition shade that I go in with. I just think it's perfect. Perfect. Best palette of 2021. Let me finish the other eye and I'll be back. Okay, I put a little bit of eyeliner. If you guys haven't tried this Sephora liquid eyeliner, it has to be in this shape though. This is the absolute perfect brush. In my opinion, I have hooded eyes. Also, as I get older, they get a little wrinkly or a little textured. And with other eyeliners, I was having issues with it kind of skipping. Perfect brush. Yeah, highly recommend. Okay, next, I am going to do my foundation, and I actually have a review up on the foundation that I think is the best for 2021. The common theme in my channel was I wanted lighter coverage. Buildable to medium was okay, but for the most part, I was really enjoying all of the skin tints that were released this year. I always had major FOMO because the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation never worked for me. I felt like I always had cake face with it. It was too full coverage. Did not enjoy it at all, and I tried like 3 different times. So when they released this Estee Lauder Double Wear Sheer Long Wear Makeup, I was so excited. And you know what? It didn't disappoint. It was exactly the beautiful coverage that other people talk about with the Double Wear, but in a lighter version. And I just really enjoyed it. I do have a video on this. I'll link it down below. But it does come with SPF broad spectrum, SPF 19. I never really rely on that for my SPF, but I thought I'd mention it. I just like to kind of put it on my finger like this, and I've been using my fingers for all makeup application lately. I just think like you can really work it in, especially because the foundations that I have been buying this year all seem to be the skin tints, and this is just my preferred method of application these days. Okay, so there is the foundation. It's very light. It almost looks like you don't have anything on. I will tell you that I used a very little bit of the product, and I think it's my application method because in the past I have applied it with a sponge or a brush, and I do get fuller coverage just on the first layer, and you can definitely build it up to more medium coverage. For me, again, that's just not my preference these days. I want something light that will stay and just kind of help the skin look even with just a little bit extra. It is definitely long wearing. I do during the summer have to blot a little bit, not so much during the winter. And these days I'm wearing a mask for many hours a day as I sit in the hospital with my husband sometimes. And so it definitely is transfer resistant in my opinion. And I just love it. I think it's the perfect coverage. And I don't have to have FOMO anymore because now an Estee Lauder works for me. Okay, I tried 2 concealers this year, and the winner for me on the best concealer for 2021 is the Kosas. Big shocker. I know everybody loves this concealer. They say that it's almost like concealer / eye cream, which I kind of agree with actually. The only other concealer that I tried that was new in 2021, I tried a couple others, but for new in 2021 was this Catrice True Skin. It was supposed to be extremely full coverage and like blah like Tati Beauty's Holy Grail. I don't like it too much. I think it's a little ashy, and I've tried other shades and they just don't work, but also it creases and it makes my under eye look dry. I mean, it's like a whole bunch of mess going on over here, but with this one, it's extremely creamy. I do still set it, but you guys, like, it's so creamy and so hydrating and nourishing, but it doesn't crease. And what I do is I've kind of come up with this new routine after watching like, you know, some viral TikToks and stuff, but I found one that works for me. So what I do is I just kind of put a little bit here, maybe some here. And then I just let my concealer sit for a couple minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Just kind of let it sit there. Might do a little bit here. just let it sit there for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so during the time that I'm waiting for my concealer to kind of dry down a little bit, I will start with my contour. Best contour stick of 2021 is going to be the Makeup by Mario contour stick. This one's in the shade light medium. I like how cool toned it is because I will go in with bronzer after this. I do believe that I will need the medium when warmer weather comes around and then, you know, more sun exposure. But for now, this is the perfect shade. I think that, like I said, it's very cool toned, but it's just perfect for me. I tried so many times to buy it from Sephora, you guys, and I just could not find it. Always sold out in store and then online as well. So my sister and I ended up ordering these through his website directly, and I'm so glad I did. Perfect shade for me. Yeah. So I just let it sit there for a little bit. And now we're going to be playing back and forth with the concealer and the contour. Okay. I don't talk about brushes too much, but I do have to say that the best brush that I found, I think I purchased this for the April Sephora VIB sale, but it's the best. It's the Sephora Pro Foundation 56, number 56 brush, but it's going to be the perfect one for my contour. However, I am going to now go in for my concealer, and I use my finger. And this has just been something that I'm doing lately that I feel works really well. Again, just presses everything in so nicely. And I just kind of tap. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's kind of shiny, almost like an eye cream. I'm telling you, it's so creamy, so beautiful. And I just tap. So that's like, if you can see, it is definitely medium to fuller coverage for a concealer, I think. But because we didn't overdo it on the coverage for the rest of the face with this Estee Lauder Sheer Light, I think it's a good balance. I like how it looks. So let me show you what my little process is. After I tap everything in with my fingers, I take my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and I just kind of spray it on the back of my hand so that it's wet, you know, and then with the same finger that I pressed in the concealer, I'm going to press it in under the eye. Sometimes it kind of shears it out a little bit, and that's okay because, like I said, it's fuller coverage, but I just kind of go over the same areas that I did with my finger. And you guys, I don't know what it is, but you press it in until it dries. And you're going to have like creaseless under eyes. They are going to stay intact all day long. We are going to set this, but I do believe that the trick is not only tapping in, well, first of all, letting the concealer sit there for a little bit, tapping it in with your finger so it really melts in, you know, and then the setting spray, and then when we set it, whew, nobody can move me from where I'm sitting with my concealer. That's all I'm going to say. Beautiful. I'm not going to set it until we do the contour though, and so I like my Pro Foundation 56 Sephora brush, and I just start kind of working that in. Do you see how easy and beautiful that is? I mean, it just kind of immediately does what it needs to do. I've always had issues with like contour sticks or bronzers or cream products just kind of blending away to nothing, and I just like how this just kind of stays where it needs to. It works really, really well. It blends so easily. I've watched videos of people like using the brush that comes with the product, but I haven't had the best luck. So I like this brush with it. I don't have a new under eye powder that I like, so I'm just going to stick with what I know, which is my Pat McGrath. This is in the yellow shade, which I believe was new in 2021. Can't remember. This is also a Sephora Pro brush. This is the Pro Featherweight Blending, number 93. It's so feathery and lightweight, and it just kind of airbrushes the powder underneath. Ooh, it makes it so pretty. But because we set it with the setting spray, it's not moving, you guys. This is just to kind of mattify it a little bit and make sure it doesn't move, but it's, I promise you, not gonna go anywhere. Okay, next we have cream blush. The best cream blush of 2021, in my opinion, is the Merit Beauty Cream Blush. This is in the shade Mood, and it is just perfect. It comes in this really adorable little packaging. That's the color there. It's like a really nice berry color. I tried a few new cream blushes in 2021, which were the Rare Beauty, the Mel Cosmetics Blush Lights. I tried a new Bare Minerals. I mean, I tried other cream products, but this is the one that I love the most. It's very long lasting, even when I don't set it with a powder blush. And I think the color's perfect. It is a clean beauty product. I also feel a little bit guilty because during the time that I received a PR package from Merit Beauty, I was supposed to put together a video, and that's when we got really sick, my husband and I, with COVID. So I got this really generous PR package, and I was never able to film the video, but I did test some of the stuff, and I really, really like the line in general. Their foundation concealer stick is amazing, but when I think about cream blushes, Merit Beauty is the best. So what I do is I normally just put it on a synthetic brush. This one is the Angie Hot and Flashy and BK Beauty collab, which is just amazing. Shout out to them, but they've been having the best brushes on the market. Do you see how easy that went on? I mean, this is over a little bit of powder and a little bit of the contour. So I just love it so much. Like I said, even if you don't set it with a powder blush, this thing is gonna last all day long. And I've tested it under mask, under crying. I mean, it just stays put, and I love it so much. This is available at Sephora, and let me know. I mean, I think I should still do my video even though I'm like months late for the campaign. Just because I am truly enjoying it so much. I know that there was a lot of these videos out there, but I'm like, I've been using the stuff. I really love it, and I have really solid, rounded thoughts on it. So, best cream blush of 2021. Okay, now we're getting into powders, and I'm so excited. Dior won in the powder category. Now, today I'm going to use pressed powders. However, I do have to give a shout out to the Tatcha loose powder here because this silk powder is so beautiful, you guys. It makes your face look absolutely flawless. So this is the best loose powder of 2021 for me. But I finally gave in after watching everybody on YouTube talk about this. I gave in to the Powder No Powder by Dior. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful powders for 2021. I did also try another very popular one, which was Kosas, but between Kosas and Dior, Dior definitely wins in my opinion. So what I did is I kind of just went all in with the Powder No Powder. So I bought my shade, which is in the shade 3N, and then I thought, well, sometimes I have issues with like the bronzer looking a little powdery or cakey in this area. What if I buy another shade, a deeper shade, to set my cream bronzer with? And so I went with the 6N, and I absolutely love, 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 love how that makes my face look. However, today we're gonna set my face with the Powder No Powder in 3N, but the bronzer that we're gonna use is one that has my entire heart. It's the Dior Forever Natural Bronzer. This is in the shade 06, Amber Bronze, and it is just the most beautiful, beautiful bronzer, you guys. Look at how perfect that is. It kind of reminds me of like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but it just has a little bit more depth than the bronze shade. And this is perfection for my skin tone, and I love it. It's so smooth, it's so silky, and I just think it's perfect. The perfect brush for this bronzer is always going to be my BK Beauty 107. I love the size of it. There's the size there, but if you can see, it's pinched in the middle there, so it gives the perfect angle to just kind of go in here, and it is just perfection. I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh my God, it's so good, you guys. It looks airbrushed. I do remember having this feeling like with Charlotte Tilbury, but I don't know, this one's just a little bit better in my opinion. It's just so flawless. It doesn't cake up in this area, which I don't have texture there, but it's like my skin can't handle too many thick layers of makeup or powder. So I really have to go in with a very, very finely milled powder if I want it to work for me, especially in this area here. And this powder is just perfection, you guys. I know they were sold out for a while, but lately I've kind of checked it out, and you can pretty much pick it up either at Sephora or Nordstrom. I think I bought mine at Neiman's, maybe Neiman's, but love, love, love. Perfect. Okay, I went back and forth on my favorite blush. I mean, I think everybody just assumes that it would be Pat McGrath. I don't know if people assume that. I'm just thinking I would assume that that would have been my favorite blush for the year. And it actually wasn't. My favorite blush for the year, hands down, I didn't even have to think about it, was my Sicily blush. And I know that this is so freaking overly extra, but it is what it is. My favorite blush for the year. This is in the shade 5 Rosewood. It's the perfect neutral pink blush in my opinion, and I just love it. It's the perfect topper blush for anything that you have cream underneath. It's not too overpowering, but it just sits so nicely on my skin. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. And I just love it so much. It kind of makes that area, again, of my cheeks look airbrushed, which I love, but in the most natural way, if that's possible, when you're giving yourself clown cheeks like I am currently. I mean, it's just beautiful. And I do like a lot of blush, you guys. Like I said, I'm at a point where I just do what I want, do what I like. It's all good. Next is highlight. I don't have a favorite cream highlight or, you know, anything like that. But my favorite highlight, I'm so excited to share because I feel like it didn't get all the hype that it really did deserve. It might have been a limited release. I don't even see it on their website anymore, but it is the Alien Cosmetics and Danny and Gigi collaboration. This highlight is perfection, you guys. She basically released a single blush and a single highlight, kind of dedicated or in collaboration with her sisters Danny and Gigi. And I think in general, Alien Cosmetics does powder so freaking well. But this highlighter for my skin tone, the way that it just kind of makes my skin glisten, is absolutely perfect. Let me see if I could see. If you do a finger swatch, kind of just looks white, right? And then you start to kind of work it in, and it's like, that's pretty, you know what I mean? But when it goes on the high points of your face, it looks perfect, you guys. This kind of reminds me of the highlighter that I just bought from the new Pat McGrath and Bridgerton collaboration, but it's just so pretty. I like, have been using this brush for my highlight. It's the Sonia G Lotus Collection Detail Brush. And I just kind of go in very lightly, and yeah, it just makes my skin like glow in the craziest way. It does have a little bit of like a gold finish, gold shimmer to it, but it's so perfect. My skin, in general, I don't have too much texture, but it doesn't emphasize the little bit that's there. I mean, it just makes your skin glow. Do you see that? Like the nose. It's not crazy, but it just is so pretty. I really did enjoy her highlight palette that she released, I think earlier this year, actually. But just in general, this is my favorite highlight of 2021. I've used it a lot. I've traveled when I travel. This is the highlight that I actually travel with, which says a lot. I have a lot of highlighters, you know. But again, I wanted to not only share with you because I feel like I don't talk about it too much, but I also wanted to share because I just feel like it didn't get as much hype as I would have liked to have seen, only because it is a phenomenal product. Okay, next, I like to use my Sonia G Face Pro. This one here, it's so beautiful. And then I go into my Powder No Powder. And, I mean, it just is the perfect finishing powder. It makes everything look so flawless, so beautiful. There's no cakiness. I mean, I could sit here and just apply, apply, apply. And even then, it would not look cakey at all. I watched so many of my friends talk about this powder, but I have to say, like, it was when I was watching Chris Loves Lux. She was just like, just buy it. It's the perfect powder. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy it because Chris said. And of course, she was right. It is so, so beautiful. But do you see that? Like, it's just flawless. Like, my face, I've applied so many products, you guys, and my face looks super clean, very light. I don't feel like I have makeup on or anything heavy. It just makes everything feel so good. And now I feel like I do look made up, but remember, we started with a very, very light base, but this is what I like. Like, I like to build product on top of product, but do very light layers. And then by the time I walk out, like, I just feel like this makeup works in everyday life. It might look a little light on camera, but I don't sit in front of the camera all day, you know? Okay, here's another bombshell. If you're still watching, good for you, because I'm about to bless you right now. Now, part of the year I had eyelash extensions on, and I don't know if you don't know this, when you take the lash extensions off, sometimes your lashes, you know, have to go through a couple of growth cycles before they get back to normal. You're gonna get them back, but you know, I like to speed things up because I don't have time for that. So I told you guys last year, and I could not stop raving about the Chantecaille Longest Lash Mascara. It was $72, and it was a mascara, a lengthening mascara, but it also included this serum that was like a lash growing serum, right? So you could sort of justify the $72, really. But I walked into the Bare Minerals store at one of our malls, and the guy was telling me and going on and on about the Strength and Length Bare Minerals Serum Infused Mascara. And he was explaining it to me exactly like what I've always believed the Chantecaille Longest Lash Mascara to be. And they had like a little holiday special where you could get two for the price of one. So I picked it up. I think it was like $22, like nothing crazy, but I got two. You guys, when I tell you that this is a dupe for the Chantecaille Longest Lash Mascara, pay attention. Pay attention. Now, what I'm going to tell you, and I told my sister, and I was like, oh my God, I'm kind of nervous saying this. I believe, based on my individual results and those of my sister, that this one is a little bit better than the Chantecaille. I don't know what it is, but my lashes feel strong. They're full. They're fluffy. They're growing. They're very long, which I don't have long lashes, but this has lengthened them to the next level. And I mean, I really was very hypercritical about, you know, the changes that I was seeing in my lashes, but I had been using the Chantecaille Longest Lash Mascara for about a month before I switched over to this. And this instantly, within like a week, took my lashes to the next level. And you know what? I said it. This is a dupe for the Longest Lash Mascara. Don't spend $72. You can spend $22 and get this at Sephora or the Bare Minerals store. I promise you're not going to be disappointed, and you're welcome ahead of time. Okay, I was gonna do my mascara on the lower lashes, but I wanted to quickly tell you about my favorite eyeliner of 2021 for the Waterline, actually. I've loved doing like the bone colored liners here to kind of brighten up my eyes, but sometimes I want something a little more, like a little less bright, maybe more opaque or more, I don't know, like something to create a smoky illusion, but not totally go dark in the waterline because I think it closes up my eyes. And my favorite one for that will stay put all day long, is this one by Nabla Cosmetics. This is in the shade Arrow number 5, and this is the Nabla Cupid's Arrow Full Color Stilos. I did receive this one through one of the Trend Mood boxes. I got 3 shades. I got this one, which I love for everyday, Arrow 05. I got Arrow 07, which is more of like a maroon color. And then this one is Arrow number 6, and this is like the blue one. They're so good, you guys. They're so creamy. and they stay put like in your waterline all day long, which is not really like a combination you find when they're super creamy but then still have staying power. So I've really enjoyed it. I want to put it on one side and then show you compared to the other so that you can see what I'm talking about. Like, it creates the most subtle smoky-ish kind of look to the waterline, and I really enjoy it. I do believe that you can see, but I have it on this waterline, not on this one. Do you see like just a little bit extra that it gives the eyes? I don't know. I think it's so pretty. It gives it like, this would be like the next shade up from like a bone colored look, but I just think it makes it look done. And at the same time, you know, just a little bit more of a finished look on the eye. I really like it. Okay, I did set my makeup with, of course, my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. This isn't new in 2021. And now we're going to finish it off with the lips. I, first of all, want to say thank you both to BK Beauty as well as Alien or Unearthly Cosmetics now. They did send their entire lip collection. I wasn't able to really give it a lot of attention, you guys, or do a video because of, again, what's going on in my life right now. But I still wanted to give them a shout out because they have quickly become my absolute favorite lip products of 2021. And I'm talking about the BK Beauty lip liners. They came in 5 different shades. 5 or 6 different shades, but the one that I really like and go to are actually 2. It's Pink Lady and Sweet Pea. And so today we're going to use Pink Lady because I think it would be a really good contrast with the green eyeshadow. But these lip liners are super creamy. Sometimes because I'm wearing masks all day, I will not even bother with the lipstick. I will just line my lips completely with the lip liner. And they're creamy and they'll stay on for like 5, 6, 7 hours sometimes, even in between with water sips or a quick meal, you know, whatever. And so I'm really enjoying this lip liner formula. Hands down, the best lip liner formula I have, because I can use it to line my lips. Then I can also use it to fill it in, and it's still creamy and it's not drying, and I just love it so much. Okay, so I like to just line my lips with this with the Pink Lady, the BK Beauty lip liner, and then I'll fill it in with this one. The one I'm filling it in with is Eva. In Spanish it's Eva, but in English it's Eva. And I just fill it in. Now, the reason why the BK Beauty lip liners are my favorite, but I didn't include the lipsticks and I included these, is because this is like a matte liquid lip that stays put, does not budge, does not transfer onto my mask, just like the lip liner. And that's just kind of like the situation I'm in right now. Like, I'm always wearing masks for extended periods of time, so I need lipstick that's going to stay put. And I think like combined with these 2 colors, I just think it's perfect. It's not too pink. It's not too light. It gives me the perfect color with that little bit of ombre lip effect, which I'm just liking right now. Okay, and the last thing that I do in my makeup routine is to set my brows with the brow gel, the best brow gel. And I've used the Chantecaille one, I've used the e.l.f. one, I mean, I've used Anastasia Beverly Hills, but the one I'm really loving, and I just instantly loved how it fluffed up my brows, is the Kosas. It does claim to have like castor oil and things in there that make, like, enrich this area of the, you know, the brow hairs, I guess. It doesn't really claim to make them grow, but I gotta tell you, it has kept them looking pretty healthy. I do like how it instantly kind of fluffs them up. And if you guys remember the first part of the video, I'll show a clip here. I literally have no brows. So for this to fluff up even just the tiniest of hairs that I have, I think is why I love it so much. All right, so there you have it, a full face of the best of beauty 2021, in my opinion, the products that I absolutely loved that were standouts for me. I hope that this was helpful. I'm gonna link all of the products down below if you wanna shop around for them. Those are affiliate links. If you use those, I do earn a small commission, but I thank you so much for supporting my channel. It was a little bit late, you know, we're a couple days into the new year, but I just felt like I wanted to do this because there's some products that I didn't have dedicated videos to, and others that I just use every single day. They're my normal go-tos, and I wanted to share that with you because that means that, in my opinion, products that work for me, foolproof. This is a foolproof face of makeup for me that I am absolutely loving and have loved for the entire year or when I got them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!